Right, so I think that's everything. So, hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be watching and reacting to the Sandman episode 6. Before I jump into the recap, I just really wanted to give a shout out to everybody that's shown support so far for the channel. I literally posted the first video last Friday on August the 11th, and at the time of recording this I've got 6 whole subscribers and lots of views on all of the videos, and I'm just absolutely blown away. Really appreciate you all. And like I said in a previous video, I'm not actually going to be responding to any comments on the Sandman videos until I finish recording, just because I don't want to risk any spoilers. So if you have left a comment, then that's why I haven't responded. I'm not ignoring you or anything like that, so I will get to them once I finish the recording. So with that said, obviously about to jump into episode 6 of the Sandman. Last episode was extremely out there. We basically followed John for most of the episode and spent time in a cafe with the waitress and her regular customers. And it was nice, and it was lovely. And then it all went to shit, basically because John used the ruby to make them all tell the truth, and that didn't have very good consequences, so yeah. I don't think I mentioned this at the end of the last video, but it was a pretty big shock to discover that it wasn't just confined to the cafe, which is what I thought initially. Towards the end of the episode, when things were getting a bit chaotic, we kind of found out that it was actually a worldwide thing, not just there, so that's obviously not good. The Sandman shows up at the end, and confronts John about what he's doing, obviously because Dream was out of it for most of the episode. He basically got blasted back by the ruby when he picked it up at the end of episode 4, so that's kind of why he wasn't around in episode 5 for much, until the end. He'd obviously woken up, realised what John was doing, and had gone straight to the cafe and basically sorted him out. So he whipped him back to his world, or his realm, took John into his past and stuff. It was really quite cool. He saw his mum, and his mum said she didn't want him and stuff like that. Which I imagine for John was quite horrendous. John ended up actually breaking the ruby, which released Dream's power, so Dream was able to kind of reclaim that. So instead of killing John, which is what I would have done honestly, because the guy was really creepy, he took him back to the hospital, which is where we saw him obviously in the second and third episodes. So he's back in a psychiatric hospital, and Dream is left now trying to sort out our world and presumably fix his world as well. So that's kind of where we left things. Yeah, so it's kind of really picking up. Oh yeah, we saw this mysterious person at the end who referred to Dream as their big brother. So I'm guessing that's one of the other Endless. Not sure which one yet, what they're going to do. But it didn't seem like it was good. I'm assuming we're going to see them again. But yeah, so I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and jump into the Sandman episode 6.
Heads up!
Sorry, man. Nice catch, though.
Okay, so what's the matter? Sitting here moping, pigeon feeding. It's not like you.
She knows him?
When they captured me, I just had one thought. Vengeance. It wasn't as satisfying as I'd expected. I'm now more powerful than I have been in eons. And yet, I was so sure that once I got everything back, I'd feel good.
Heads up! Wow. You're as good as your friend, Lynn.
He's not my friend, he's my brother. And he's an idiot.
That poor guy.
Stay here all day, I've got work to do. You can come with me if you want. Or you can stay here and sulk.
Sorry. Before you go, can I maybe see you again?
Sure, Franklin. You'll see me again.
Seriously?
Soon. Okay, 2, please.
None for me, thank you. I'm not hungry.
Will you just have it later? Just
God, he's like a moody teenager, isn't he? Bless him.
We did have one family dinner when you were away. The twins were in high spirits. Desire was, but anyway.
With me gone, I have no doubt.
I don't know. I think Desire missed having their usual sparring partner across the dinner table. How are you, sis? How have you been keeping? I'm well, Dream. Thanks for asking.
How are you, my sister?
Oh.
I'm worried about my brother. Can you hear it?
I know this piece. I haven't heard it in 200 years.
Sorry for the noise.
It's not noise, it's Schubert.
Oh, forgive me, I am Harry.
I know who you are, Harry.
This episode's gonna make me cry, isn't it?
Do you know who I am?
No, not yet,
Oh,
please.
God.
It's time.
Okay, I didn't actually realise. I thought that was Desire.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu. The Lord is our God. So empty.
How many fucking minutes in are we, Jesus? I didn't realise she was Death. If she's Death, I don't know if she's Death. But I thought she was Desire.
When I was captured, it wasn't me they were looking for. It was you.
Okay, it is. She is Death.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing?
Taking my shoes off. You should take yours off too. It's good to touch the earth with your bare feet.
He's still got his boots on.
Hi, Sam.
I'm sorry. Do I know you? Oh, no. 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 I need to talk to my wife for like 1 second.
Sam,
You don't understand. We're on a honeymoon.
your time's up.
Sam? Sam!
How do you do it?
Do what?
This. Be there. For all of them.
And I'm not there for all of them. There are exceptions. There's your ongoing project.
Hobgaddling? I don't know. I was forced to miss our last appointment.
I learned that all they really need is a kind word.
Hello. Hello.
Jesus.
I'd better get you a bottle then.
I don't like this episode anymore.
Yeah. I'm afraid so. So there is, little one. That's all you get.
It is as natural to die as it is to be born.
People may not be ready for my gift, but they get it anyway, no matter what the circumstance.
It's funny looking back now. I used to think I had to do this all by myself.
But you do.
I'm not alone when I'm doing my job. Neither are you. I've learned so much. Lots of people don't have a job they love doing, do they? I think I'm really very lucky. I've got to head back soon.
You've taught me something I had forgotten. I thank you, my sister.
That's what family's about, little brother.
To me, man! Over here!
One last appointment, then have to go.
Oh God, it's the boy, isn't it? Shit.
Did you see that? That car came like this close to hitting me.
This close, huh?
Yeah.
Come with me, Franklin. I need to show you something.
That's why you saw her, maybe? Oh, is this the, Roderick Burgess, his house? I'm sorry, what now?
Come on then.
What are you waiting for?
Very well.
I just think maybe it would be good for you to see them on their terms instead of yours.
I'm really not a fan of the hair.
Dream. Listen to the people. Drink your drink.
We need to return to law and order.
So presumably this is, it said, didn't it? It said 13, it said it was the year 13 something, so I'm guessing this was actually them back then.
You're a fool, Hob.
Nobody has to die. The only reason people die is because everyone does it. You all just go along with it. Not me.
Why would any sensible creature crave an eternity of this?
You could find out.
How?
I could grant him his wish.
Do that, and he will be begging for death within a century, I assure you.
Well, this could prove very interesting.
What will you do with all that money?
Okay, so this is the guy they mentioned earlier.
Did I hear you say you have no intention of ever dying?
Yeah, that's right.
Then you must tell me what it's like. Let us meet here again, Robert Gatling, in this Tavern of the White Horse, in 100 years.
100 years, and I'm Pope Urban.
I will see you in the year of our Lord 1489 then.
Amazing.
How did you know? Who are you? A wizard? A saint? Have I made a bargain with the devil?
No.
Then why aren't I dead? Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm here because I'm interested
In me?
in your experience.
And what do I have to do?
Nothing. You live your life as you choose. Then on this day, every 100 years, we will meet.
Because you want to know what it's like. All right. I'll tell you what it's like.
Lonely.
It's fucking brilliant.
I'd have probably gone with lonely.
And now we have these little cloth pieces for your nose. In the old days, we just used our sleeves.
What will you people think of next?
Soldiering, mainly. A little banditry here and there if I couldn't find a war. But now, I've started in a new trade. It's called printing. Never be a real demand for it, and it's hard work, but it beats the hell out of rotting to maggots in the ground, eh?
So you still want to live 100 years then?
Breathe. You never told me who you are.
Oh, the hair's changed.
Hello, Hob.
Oh, Faith. That takes me back some few years. It's Sir Robert Gadlin now, old stranger.
You've had good fortune, I take it.
The gods have smiled on me as they smile on all England, where no man is slave or bondsman. Venison pasty. Huh? Then I went north for a year or so, came back as my son. Done that twice now.
Oh, yeah. To explain his long life. That's going to be William Shakespeare, isn't it?
Wherein is fixed the love of Beelzebub. To him! His name's Will Shaxford. Acts a bit, wrote a play.
Is he good?
No, it's crap.
It's a bit rude.
Are you Will Shaxford?
Aye, sir. Have we met?
Insane plagues, fires, floods, to the judge.
You sure I can't help you, sir?
No, thank you.
Touch me! Wait! Don't wait! Wait! Get backwards!
With the rest of the filth.
Let him be. He is my guest.
He's come down a station or two.
Do you know how hungry a man can get? They tried to drown me as a witch. I've hated every second of the last 80 years.
So do you still wish to live?
Death is a mug's game. I've got so much to live for. I heard something funny the other week. That lad, Will Shakespeare, turned out to be a half-decent playwright after all. You made some kind of deal with him, didn't you?
Perhaps.
What kind of deal? His soul?
Nothing so crude.
400 years now I've been meeting you here, and there is so much I still don't know. Who are you, truly?
I might ask both of you that same question. Gentlemen, do not trouble yourselves to rise. They tell of a tale in these London parts. that the devil and the wandering Jew meet once every century. 2 years passed, sewn into the shirt of a dead man. I found this. You return to this pub every 100 years.
Striking bargains with men.
Constantine. Is that her ancestor?
I am no devil.
And I'm not Jewish.
I'm Lady Joanna Constantine.
Knew it.
You will both follow me.
It's the same actress, I think. Yes, it is. She looks really different.
Get out.
Wait.
What did you do to her?
She has old ghosts that I've shown to her. You need not have come to my defense.
Clearly. Still, I didn't want to be drinking alone here in 100 years' time.
I gave him what he didn't like.
You knew Lady Joanna, you know Lushing Lou, you know everyone, don't you? People are almost always better than you think they are. Not me, though. Still the same as ever.
I think perhaps you've changed.
I may have learnt a bit from my mistakes. I think it's you that's changed.
How so?
I think I know why we still meet here century after century. It's not because you want to see whether or not I'm ready to seek death. By now you know that about me. So, I think you're here for something else.
What might that be?
I think you're lonely.
You dare.
No, look, I'm not saying...
Dare suggest one such as I might need your companionship.
Yes.
He does seem lonely.
Yes, I do.
Then I shall take my leave of you and prove you wrong.
I'll be here in 100 years' time. If you're here then too, it'll be because we're friends. No other reason. Right?
Oh, and he didn't show up the next time because he was captured.
Mind if I...
I'm actually waiting for someone.
It's not you. He can't come.
Whiskey, please.
You'll have to be more specific. We've got a menu now. You waiting for someone?
I think I've been stood up. We had a fight last time we were here. It was my fault. Maybe in another 100 years.
You'll have to have found a new pub by then. This place has been sold to make room for new flats. The borough council are trying to stop them, but if you've got enough money in this country, you can do whatever you bloody want. Pour you another one? While you wait?
Shit. Oh, it's the pub. It's not his house. Who's there?
You're late.
It seems I owe you an apology. I've always had it impolite to keep one's friends waiting.
Fucking hell.
Attend, sweet sibling. It is I, Desire. My brother has found a way out of his cage. My plan has failed. But don't worry. I have a new one.
Whew. Well, that was a bit of an episode. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting to cry so early into the episode, honestly. I really liked Death as a character. I didn't realise that was Death at first. When he first met her in the park, I don't know why, but I thought she was Desire. So it took a minute. Like when she went to the old guy that was playing the violin, I didn't think she was going there to kind of collect him as Death. So it kind of hit me, like, just as she did it, that that's who she was, and she wasn't Desire at all. So it was just like, ooh. I think possibly just because she seemed so like nice and happy and positive and cheerful, and you don't generally tend to imagine death being like that. So the whole sequence with death was fairly difficult, just because I literally cry all the time at ridiculous things. Not that that was ridiculous, but you know, it doesn't take a lot to set me off, as you might have noticed by now. Then obviously his sister mentioned Hob, and I was just like, who's Hob? And then we obviously met him. We sort of saw his backstory, that they met at that inn back in 1386, was it? 1386, 1389? And like the deal that was made between him and his sister. So he went back to the inn every 100 years to kind of catch up with him and see if he was ready to die yet, which obviously he wasn't. And it was quite funny, obviously, seeing like the different stages throughout history and sort of seeing how things have progressed. He was getting richer each time, and then he suddenly wasn't because he was apparently homeless and hungry and things. And obviously seeing Will Shakespeare was quite fun. And Constantine. That was a bit of a shock. I wasn't expecting that. It took a minute to recognise the actress because she looked so different with like the different hair and the old style dress. It was just like, is that her? So that took a minute to register, but I remember him obviously saying that he'd met her ancestors before in the 3rd episode. So, yeah, that was quite fun as well. It's kind of tying all the bits together. But the bit at the end when they were obviously closing down the pub was quite sad. Like, even though they were only seeing each other every 100 years, that last one, when they met at the pub and he said that he thought he was lonely and he just wanted a friend, that kind of got to me a bit. And then, because I've always thought Dream looks sad anyway, he always has like, I mentioned this in one of the previous episodes, but he always looks like he's about to cry himself, which sets me off. And he looked particularly tearful in that moment, and it was just like, oh God, I'm gonna cry again. So when he went and found him in the new inn, I just thought it was really nice. And I know it was incredibly cheesy and stuff, but I just thought it was a really nice touch. Then we saw his other sibling right at the end of the episode, which is the same one that we saw at the end of episode 5. I'm not sure what they're planning. From the sounds of it, it does look like they have been planning stuff against Dream for a while now. When they said the plan had failed and that he'd got out, that seems to suggest that they were behind Roderick Burgess capturing Dream in the first place, like back at the beginning of the first episode. So whether they'd made a deal with Roderick himself, they somehow made it so that it didn't summon death and it summoned Dream instead. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how that's going to play out, but I'm guessing that's something we'll discover in the next episode. But yeah, I think I shall wrap this up for now. I just wanted to thank everybody again for the support since sort of launching this channel last week. Really appreciate it. So with that said, if you have enjoyed this reaction, feel free to like the video, leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.